ages 3 to 6. Okay. The most important thing to know about this age group is that they are fast. And that you have to go with their speed, or otherwise you will lose them. Okay, so these classes for this age group are really fast. You could do about 100 poses a class. I never really counted. You don't stay a lot in the poses in general, and also those kids have wild imagination. Yeah, ages 3, it's all blooming and exploding in their brain, and you should use this imagination. So this is when it's great to go on a yoga journey like we went this morning, and use the imagination in different ways. So everything we learned for the previous age group, songs, yoga with songs, and with puppets and dolls and stickers and stamps and so on, all of this is still great for this age group. Okay, yoga story time, awesome. Some additional things that I do with this age group is inventing our own yoga story. All right, let's say, let me pick up a couple of poses that we didn't do yet. Great. So, yeah, let's see. Ha! That's good. Let's say that. Okay, I'll start the story. Let's say I'll start with the monkey. Then, no, I'll start with an octopus. Once upon a time, there was this octopus. So the way it goes, I'm going to invent a story, and we're going to do that pose. And then the next person in the circle is going to continue my story with a different pose, and we're going to do that pose. Okay, and so on. Everyone is going to add a piece to the story. Once upon a time, there was this octopus. And this octopus, how many arms does an octopus usually have? This octopus happened to have 10 arms. He had too many. But that wasn't a limitation for him, because with 10 arms he could do so much more than any other octopus. Yeah, it was an advance in evolution, the evolution of octopuses. Yes, and this octopus was the best in his classroom with sewing and with knitting and with playing soccer. But even though he was the best at everything, everyone laughed at him because he was a bit different, and that made him sad. And now we'll all do the octopus pose. And there are many ways to do the octopus, but it's always more fun to do yoga together. All right, so we're going to do the octopus together. Can we demonstrate? Great. I'll sit right behind you. Sit down. Yes. Great. And we're going to lift our hands and arms. It's good for your abs. Yeah. Do the octopus. All right, so try it with a friend. Do the octopus. Let's do the octopus. Come on. Great for your abs. Come on, guys. We need to move a little bit in between all the talking. Octopus. Woo! Look at this advanced octopus. Great, 12 arms. Beautiful. Give yourself a big hand. Woo! All right. Who wants to continue the story of the octopus with the monkey? No, let's do it with yeah, with a monkey. Yeah. Who wants to continue?
I will.
Great.
Okay.
Catherine, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the octopus was swimming along and made friends with the monkey, and the monkey said, "Well, you have special gifts, and so do monkeys. You can swim faster with your 10 legs, but I have a special thing. I've got a tail. I can use my tail to swing from branch to branch."
Awesome. And let's all stand up. And since we did the monkey pose already and the banana pose and even the tree pose, we're just going to use it to do the tree pose because that's where the monkey swings, and sing a song about the tree. So let's do a different kind of tree, just in pairs. We hold each other. The external leg goes outside like this, yeah? And the palms together in the middle. Good. You want to hear my very silly tree song? Okay. To be a tree is silly as pie. No, it's easy as pie. Sorry. The song is silly, not the word silly is not in the song. To be a tree is easy as pie. To be a tree you should also try. Just try to stand. Just try to stand. Just try to stand on one leg with me. Just try to stand. Just try to stand. Just try to stand. Just try to stand on one leg. And by the way, because we have 2 feet on the ground, we can try to close our eyes and balance it together. Good. And to do it to the other side, we don't switch sides. We just turn around to face the outside of the circle. And sing with me. To be a tree is easy as pie. To be a tree you should also try. Just try to stand. Just try to stand. Just try to stand on one leg. Just try to stand. Just try to stand. Just try to stand. Just try to stand on one leg. Very good. Woo! Okay. No worries. Because time is short, we won't continue the story, but you understand the principle, yes? Everyone gets a puppet or a card or just invent of their own, just from their own head, and we continue the story like this, and everyone has a part of the story, so it's beautiful, it's creative. We actually practice it at home, play with it at home. Sometime during dinner, everyone invents a part of a story, or it's something we do a lot, or when we drive. It's a really cool thing to do, and it's cool to do it with yoga. What else about this age group? Okay, here very important again is the law of the jungle, right? People say that kids of this age group have very short attention span. Yes, by the way, grown-ups too. Now, again, if you are big, if you are dramatic, if you are loud, if you are crazy, they will have no problem to focus on you and what you say and what you tell them to do. Okay, this is one principle. Another very important principle in keeping their attention, even though the attention span is short, is to simply change the kind of activity that you do. Every time you change the kind of activity, the attention span starts from the beginning. Okay? So, you do something fast, you do something slow. You do a couple of poses, you do a game. You do something relaxing, you do some breathing. You do like this. Yeah, and the same with your voice, up and down all the time. This helps keep the attention. And it's easy, I'm telling you from experience. You can do a 3-hour class with this age group. What attention span? There's no problem. The problem is when it's monotonous. Okay, if you're all the time Om Shanti, or if you're all the time on high, that they will lose you. You will lose them. Okay? It's changing like this. This works the best with this age group. Okay, other thing to keep the attention span, we already used a few techniques. We had singing. This is one way that helps them stay longer in a pose. We have telling them interesting facts about the animals, right? We did that. That helps them stay longer in a pose. We had petting the animals, remember? This helps them stay longer in the pose. But a few other techniques, we have counting. Counting is a great way to help kids stay longer in the pose. And why it's important to stay longer in the pose? The longer you stay in a pose, its benefits increases. Okay, it makes you more flexible or stronger, more balanced, and all of the other benefits. Let's do a turtle pose, for example. We'll do a very simple one. Let's do a pizza pose. Pizza. Okay, pizza. So this is our bowl. What are we going to put in the pizza mix? Huh? Cheese. Cheese. We're making the dough, guys. We didn't buy it in the supermarket. Flour. Okay, so we put flour. What else goes in a pizza dough? Egg doesn't go, but yes, let's say egg. Anything can go, right? Yeah. But you never made pizza. I'm joking. I'm totally joking, yes. Egg. Let's crack the eggs on our head, put it in the pizza dough. Great. Olive oil. Olive oil, great. Someone said salt. And yeast. Yeast. Great, great. Water! Yeah. Great. Let's hold our mixer. KitchenAid. Great. The other mixer, it's great to open your hips, by the way. Great. Now let's knead the dough. Yeah, you can massage your legs, knead the dough. It's good. Yeah. Okay, now we need to roll the pizza, make it really big, stretch it as far as you can. Stretch the pizza dough. Very good. All right. Tomato sauce?
Yes.
Put the tomato sauce. Great. What kind of toppings do you want?
Pepperoni.
We're vegetarian.
And
Yes.
and Chinese.
Tofu fish. Great. Great. And capsicum. Great. Olives. Very good. And cheese. Lots of cheese. Great. Mushroom. Good. Now let's open the oven. We'll put the pizza in and we'll bake it for 10 seconds. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Open the oven. Good. This is your pizza slice. Take it out of the circle and eat your pizza. Okay. Great. So counting helps stay longer in the pose. You can count in all the poses if you want to. And also making the pose interesting. So here we made staying in this pose interesting by doing different things. But for example, staying in the shoulder stand. You can make it, okay, let's walk to Africa today. So we walk on the ceiling. And then let's run. Let's jump. Jumps. Hop on one leg. Hop on the other leg. This is the quick version, yes? Skip. Rollerblades. Skateboard. Snowboarding. Great. Bicycles. Okay, and so on and so on. Okay, and like this, we do all of those things, and hey, we are 2-3 minutes in the shoulder stand. You see, easy. Or if everyone does the shoulder stand, what I do, I light all the candles. It's candles, okay? I go around, with my matches. I light all the candles, okay? This takes a minute. Then I go around and I blow all the candles. I blow on their feet, each one. By the time I finish, we stayed in the pose for a very long time. Okay? So that and interaction in the pose. If we do it together, let's say trees and monkeys around them, or flowers and bees, or tables and chairs around them, all of those things help them stay for a long time in the pose. Also doing poses in groups or partners. By doing it together, because it's more interesting, we stay much longer in the pose than just doing it by ourselves. Okay? Sound effects and animal sounds. Also some of them just saying, higher, faster, one more. Like we did with row the boat today. Row the boat. Okay, we can stay longer in it by saying again, sing it faster and so on. Okay? Good. Yeah, so this comes in many poses. You can do those things. If people are in child pose, I can water. Let's say there are seeds, I can water all the seeds, and then it can be sunshine, I can pet their backs. And we relax them for a long time in child pose. What attention problems? It's not a problem. If you make it interesting, there's no problem. Yes? Good. What else? So, another important thing for this age group is, at this age group, those of you who have kids of this age group, they really try to find out what are the boundaries, like what's allowed and what's not allowed. And this is why it's so important that whatever rules you have, you keep them at all costs. Okay, you don't change the rules, and you don't. If that's the rule, that's the rule. Once you don't keep your own rules, there are no rules. Okay, so remember the rule: respect. That's what works best for me. But you can come up with a million other rules. I don't like rules, but respect is important, regardless of all the freedom that kids do deserve to have. Okay, also, this age group, they get bored with repetition. While the previous age group, they liked to do the same thing again and again. This age group, they don't. So let's say today we went to Africa. Okay, 5, 6-year-olds. In half a year, I'll bring Africa again. Africa? We've been there, we did this. What are you talking about? Boring. You can't do it again. You have to go somewhere else, as an example. Or, for the young kids, I like to start the class always the same way, because for them it creates conditioning. Yeah, that, yoga is starting. Do you know this experiment called Pavlov's dog? Yeah, the scientist had a dog, and whenever he gave the dog food, he rang the bell. Okay? After some time, he just rang the bell, and the dog was salivating. Yeah. Okay, so there was this conditioning between the sound of the bell and food. So it's the same. If we start the same way, for the younger kids, which have the intelligence of a dog. No. Actually, animals are so smart. We put them down all the time, but just because we don't understand their language doesn't mean that they're any less than us. But totally different topic. It was just an excuse for my poor joke. Okay, so yes, the same. If we start the same way with the younger kids every time, then there's this conditioning that's being created. If we sing the butterfly song every time we start, great. Then it means for them, time to focus on yoga, time to move in this way and relax and do all those things, and it works great. Older kids, if you try to start the same way every time, after 3-4 times they'll tell you, what is this? It's boring. You can't do it. You have to keep switching things around. All right. Also, this age group, they can balance on their own. So you can do much more. Okay? So again, everything we did in the previous age group still goes here, plus yoga journeys, inventing your own yoga stories. And another thing that I like to do with this age group, and the next one, is going on a journey around the globe. So this I use especially if I didn't have time to prepare any other class plan. This is when I go on a journey around the globe. So my excuse 8 years ago was that I was partying too much. But now it's because I have 4 kids. Sometimes I don't have time to prepare a class plan. Okay, so when you have one of those nights, that's what you can do. So we go on a journey around the globe. So after something that you open the class with, and we'll talk about class structure. Later, you take out the globe, and you can use a real globe. It's just they're not good in the suitcase because they break. We spin the globe, okay, and in the order of the students, one person put their finger somewhere on the globe. Let's see. Up. Peru. Great. In South America. So we do one pose to get there. Let's say an airplane. Zzz, and one pose in Peru. Different kinds of animals like chinchilla and animals like this that live in the rainforest. Okay? So we can do a couple of poses. Then we spin the globe again. Someone else puts their finger somewhere. Wonderful. Siberia. Great. Yeah, lots of snow, very cold. And there are also some Eskimos there. They build igloos. So, okay, so we do one pose to travel there again. Let's say a helicopter, right? And one pose there, an igloo, or maybe a sled with dogs or something like this. All right? So it's a great idea to come to class, especially for this age group, dressed up. Yeah, so if we go on a journey to China, I'll wear a Chinese hat. You're going to Japan, I'll wear a kimono. Okay, we are Native Americans. We'll all do face paints and put feathers on our head, and I'll give everyone a Native American name, as an example. Yeah, but I like to be sometimes a mad scientist or a clown. You know, if we do things about like circus, arts, acrobatics, juggling, you can do so many things. Okay, so now I'm a wizard. Okay, so. Choose one pose from my magic bag. A dog. So with the magic of yoga, I'm going to turn all of you into dogs. Okay, and we are all going to become dogs. Very good. Louder dogs. Okay, very good. Okay, and then we can choose other animals, or you can be the wizard. And like this, we do different poses. But again, it's the principle of coming dressed up and being dramatic. This is great for this age group. And cool. The wizard. Cool. Where was I? Okay. Now, Sundance. Another way to do the Sundance with this age group is Sundance with a story. You want to try this? Stand up. Okay. Let's say we are in the desert now. Let's do a Sundance in the desert. Okay, so standing in the circle, in our egg-shaped circle. Great. Okay. So reach up high to the desert sun. Good. Bend down low and clean the sand from under your toes. Clean the sand from your feet. Very good. Bring one leg back. This will be a coyote in the desert. Ow! Ow, ow, ow! Great, and we'll switch legs. Ow! Ow, ow! Great, and in the desert we also have lizards. So bring the other leg back. Great. Lizards, they smell with their tongue like this. And another thing that lizards do in the desert, because the sand is so hot, they lift a hand to cool it down. Or a leg. What they actually do, if you can do it, it will be great. They lift a hand and a leg to cool them down. And the other, they also wee on their hands and legs, but we're not going to do that. That's true. It's true. And now we're going to put our knees down, and we're going to lower our chest down between our hands. This is a camel. Can you see the hump? Beautiful little camels. And of course there are snakes in the desert. And in many deserts around the world, people live in tents. So let's build our tent, nice and strong like this. Beautiful. Good. Now in this tent, it's unfortunate, but we have scorpions. So lift one leg up and sting someone next to you. Right. There are two scorpions, one with the other leg. Yeah. Sting someone. Put your feet down and let's run out of the tent. Ah! Right. Clean the sand from under your feet. Good. Stretch up to the sky. Good. And hands down. Mountain pose. Great. Good. So again, using imagination, making it into a story, works great. Sit down. Great, lots of yoga games will keep the attention with you, and many other techniques we will learn in the next few days. Any questions about this age group before I move on? Good.
You need lots of energy.
Yes.
Like if you're tired, like
Yeah.
they will know within 1 second.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you are a teacher, that's your job. It doesn't matter how tired you are and what happens in your life.
Yeah.
When you get there, you totally switch.
Yeah.
And actually, it's excellent. Being a kids yoga teacher, if someone is depressed or have been through traumas lately, I highly recommend become a kids yoga teacher. It will really help you come out of yourself. Yeah. Yeah, when you are not happy, the best medicine is to pretend that you are happy. It helps a lot. The more you keep repeating, oh, I'm so sad and depressed, all this thing happened to me, the more you will become sad and depressed. But if you are a kids yoga teacher, no. You have to shake it up. You have to become this clown. Okay?